We had a great meeting, went very smoothly, and I am humbled, truly humbled and honored to receive the support of my colleagues to be the next leader of the Senate Democratic Caucus. I am even prouder to introduce the team joining me up here today, which I'll get into very soon. I came into this job fully aware of its challenges and what it means that my colleagues trust me to live up to a high standard set by my friend, mentor, just someone, my foxhole buddy, Harry Reid. Harry Reid's like an older brother to me. His support and counsel are invaluable. And when I speak for the entire caucus when I say we're grateful for his leadership, his service, his friendship. Now I want to say to the American people exactly what I just said to my caucus. I am going to wake up every single day focused on how Senate Democrats can effectively fight for America's middle class and those struggling to join it. Last Tuesday night was something none of us expected. I suspect that's true for many of you in the press as well. It certainly didn't go the way we Democrats hoped. It was a tough night, no doubt about it. When you lose an election like this, you can't flinch. You can't ignore it. You need to look it right in the eye and ask why, analyze it, and learn from it. One thing we know is that we heard the American people loud and clear. They felt that the government wasn't working for them. They felt that the economy was rigged against them in many places, and that the government was too beholden to big money and special interests. Now, there's a debate going on about whether we should be the party of the diverse Obama coalition or the blue-collar American in the heartland. Some think we need to make a choice and spend all of our energy focused on one group of Americans or another. I believe that there does not have to be a division. In fact, there must not be a division. We need to be the party that speaks to and works on behalf of all Americans. And a bigger, bolder, sharper-edged economic message that talks about how people in the middle class and those struggling to make it there can do better, but also deals directly with the unfairness in the American economic system. Will unite our caucus and speak to the blue-collar worker in West Virginia and Michigan, as well as the people who live along the coasts. Under Leader Reid, we had 7 members in leadership. I've decided to expand the team and add 3 new members who are here today, and I'm so proud of each of them. Bernie Sanders, Joe Manchin, Tammy Baldwin. Adding Bernie, Tammy, and Joe to our team shows we can unite the disparate factions of our party and our country. Our whole leadership team is emblematic of that. The team is ideologically and geographically diverse. It mixes the wisdom of experience with the vigor of youth, at least in Senate years. But from top to bottom, the common thread is that each of these senators have devoted their lives to fighting for the middle class and those struggling to get there. Each of us believes we need a sharper, bolder economic message about returning the economic system, which so many feel is rigged against them, to one that works for the people. Our leadership team stretches from Bernie to Joe. There'll be some differences of opinion, of course. But on the core economic issues, our caucus is united. In fact, on this point, we are far less divided than the Republicans. Indeed, a silver lining in the deep clouds of this election is that on many economic issues, President-elect Trump in his campaign was closer to us than to Republican leadership, which always seems to wind up in the corner of the special interests. So, as Republicans return their majorities next year and get set to take over the White House, Democrats are beginning to determine our way forward. We will take it issue by issue, case by case. But I can tell the American people this: we're ready to stand shoulder to shoulder with Republicans, working with soon-to-be President Trump on issues where we agree. but we will go toe-to-toe against the president-elect whenever our values or the progress we've made is under assault. Today, I want to focus on our new leadership team. They are just a great team, and I want to make sure I get all the... Yeah, give out their phone numbers. Well, anyway, we'll send you a list of the exact titles of each member of the team. I'm going to lean on this advice. I'm going to lean on this group for advice and counsel. We're going to move forward in the same direction as a team. We're a big tent party with great diversity of views, but we're united as a caucus and united in purpose. The leadership team is a perfect example of that, and they're the right group to lead the caucus and lead America forward in the 115th Congress. Thank you, and with that, I'll take your questions.
Senator Schumer,
on this subject.
Senator Schumer, you have a long relationship with the president-elect. You're from the same city. You both love that city. What do you think your relationship will be like with him going forward? How will that old relationship help this
Look,
new path?
I've spoken to him a couple of times, and I've told him just what I've told you. When we can agree on issues, then we're going to work with him. We're not going to just, as some have done here in the past, said just because it's President Trump's idea or thought, we're going to oppose it per se. Where we can work together, we will. But I've also said to the President-elect, on issues where we disagree, you can expect a strong and tough fight. And some of those issues I named. And that's how the relationship's going to be.
Is infrastructure one of the early?
I'm not going to get into the specifics
Senator
now.
Schumer, some of your members of the caucus yesterday had a press conference saying, including Senator Stabenow, saying that asking Trump to fire Steve Bannon. Is that a unified message from the caucus? Does everyone believe
Look,
that?
I put out my statement on Bannon, I think it was 2 days ago. The things he said are reprehensible, and we're going to keep a really careful eye on the president and on him. If they do anything from this day forward, they've done so much awful from this day back, and we're going to go after them in terms of bigotry. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Senator, what did you learn from the elections that is reflected in your choices?
We needed a much sharper, bolder, stronger economic message. And we needed to let the American people understand what we all believe, that the system's not working for them, and we're going to change it.
Supreme Court, where are you willing, where are you going?
We have to look. Again, first, we're deeply disappointed the way our colleagues treated Merrick Garland, and I'll underline that we did not change the rules for Supreme Court because we thought on something as important as this, there should be some degree of bipartisan agreement. Last question.
Can you talk about the merits of Feinstein moving to judiciary and what that means for the future Supreme Court?
Dianne Feinstein has huge respect in the caucus. She will be a superb ranking member, and she's going to have a very important job, making sure that every aspect of the president's nominee is explored and brought before the public. Thank you, everybody.